A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A Plus English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chickling.
And we are here today to talk about a very exciting race that happened a little more than 100 years ago when people were really getting to explore the furthest corners of the world. They had explored Africa, they had explored the Amazon, and they had maybe even gone to the North Pole, although I'm not sure about that one. But the South Pole, of course, Antarctica, at the bottom of the world, if you look at a map, and one of the coldest and most difficult places for people to work and live, that was a place people hadn't really explored. And so we're going to learn about the two groups from two different countries who actually ended up kind of in a race to be the first to reach the South Pole.
Yes.
One of them won, and the other ones, well, they really lost.
Oh, yeah.
They really lost. Like the worst way you can lose is the way they did. But they were very brave.
Yes,
so we're going to learn all about that.
OK， 所以今天我们来聊聊两个南极的探险队。所以大家想象一下，在冰天雪地里，要一边走路，然后还要一边注意四周的环境，一定很辛苦。而且我们同时要做很多事情，不是我们啦，他们。所以我们来想一下，同时的英文怎么说呢
？Two explorers, one goal. The South Pole Race.
In the 1910s, no one explored the South Pole yet. Lots of people wanted to be the first to get to this faraway place. One team came from Norway. Their leader was an explorer named Roald Amundsen. In 1910, they left Norway and got to Antarctica. Then they built a base near the Bay of Whales.
All right, so yes, let's travel back in time to the 1910s, just a few years before I was born. In the 1910s, no one explored the South Pole yet. That's very true because, you know, it's far, it's cold, it's dangerous, and there's not much there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can meet the penguins, but they're around the outside.
Okay.
Then you have to travel hundreds of miles to the middle of Antarctica to reach the South Pole. It says lots of people wanted to be the first to get to this faraway place. A few years later, a lot of people wanted to climb Mount Everest to be the first up there. And then, of course, in the 60s, a lot of people wanted to be the first to reach the moon. So this is one of those human things. It's always exciting to be the first to do something. And so a lot of people wanted to do it. One team, it says, came from Norway, which is a pretty cold, icy country. So you would figure that they kind of know what they're doing.
Yeah.
所以呢，在1910年代都还没有人到过南极点，而且大家都很想要当第一个抵达这个很遥远的地方的人。那时候呢，挪威有一支探险的团队。So, Mike, would you want to go to the South Pole?
Oh, gosh, that is a great question. And actually, I have a really long and complicated answer. And so I'll just say no.
Okay, why?
Because it's really far. It's quite expensive.
I wonder how long the trip will be.
It's a boat trip. You got to take a kind of boat trip down there. And I don't know, it just seems like one of those places that there are no people except just a few scientists. So why should we go there?
I wonder what.
I don't know.
Where to get food and all that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of a paid trip and they organize everything. But it's just, you know, humans are everywhere in the world and everywhere we go, we bring pollution and garbage. So I'm happy to watch the South Pole on cool nature shows on TV. I think that's fine for me. Would you go?
I don't know. If I had a chance, I probably would.
Could be interesting. I know some people who got married there.
That's so cute.
So, you could do that. And I'm sure you can do it in an eco-friendly way. But I don't know. There's so many other places that are not freezing cold and far away that I would probably go first.
Okay, okay.
All right, let's get back to the article. So we were learning about a team from Norway who was trying to reach the South Pole. Their leader was an explorer named Roald Amundsen. That's the name of the leader, the captain, right, the boss of this team. It says in 1910, they left Norway and got to Antarctica, which would have been, of course, at that time, a very long trip by sea, by ocean, by boat, by ship. And then they built a base near the Bay of Whales, which is, I guess, where they have a lot of, I don't know, whales.
所以他们那时候的领队就是他们的带领的那个人叫 Roald 这个 Amundsen, yes, 对 that doesn't really look like English, but anyways, yeah.
That's Norwegian.
Yeah. 所以呢，在1910年的时候呢，他们从这个挪威出发，然后他们就到了这个南极洲，而且他们就在金湾这个地方建立了一个 base。base 等一下会讲到，这是基地的意思。So you definitely have done this before, but I still would like to ask you,
Okay.
Have you ever taken a really long trip?
Well, I mean, you've been to Canada. I've been to Canada. That's pretty far. The other side of the Pacific. But I don't know. Is that a trip? I'm just sitting in an airplane. I did drive across Canada twice.
Oh, wow.
So from East Coast to West Coast and back. And that's pretty far.
That's far.
That took about 5 days, and we drove about 12 hours a day.
Oh, my goodness.
So for me actually doing the traveling, the driving, that was probably the longest.
Did your wife help you split?
Oh, this was a long time ago. It was a friend from university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were delivering some cars.
Did he help you or
Yeah, we took turns. We would drive for 2 hours and then have a 2-hour break, and we did that about 12 hours a day, and it took us about 4.5 days.
Sounds exhausting.
It was kind of interesting. How about you?
I don't know. Probably some really long flights. And I've driven but that's not that far. Like maybe 10 hours a day.
Wow, that's pretty far though. It's quite tiring when you drive.
Exactly.
You're just sitting in a car, but you're concentrating. So it is something that you have to do very carefully because of course you don't want to have accidents. All right, let's get on with our adventure to the South Pole.
所以今天第一个单字 explore 这是探险、探索的意思。所以探险家，我们在这个 explore 后面加一个 r， 就会变成 explorer， 就是探险家。所以你可以去探索新的地方 ，you can explore new places。比如说 they explored the island during their vacation。他们的假期呢，发现了这个新的岛，或者你也可以探索不同的可能性 ，you can explore different possibilities。那如果是天生的探险家，你就可以说谁是一个 born explorer。比如说 he's a born explorer who loves adventure， 他很喜欢冒险。那我们看另外一个例句 Jack plans to explore the island and find special wild animals. Jack 计划去探索这个岛屿，那一座岛屿，并且找到很特别的野生动物。那我们刚刚稍早提到的 base 就是基地的意思，所以军事基地英文叫做 military base。比如说 the soldiers return to their base， 就是这些士兵们他们回到他们的军事基地 after the mission。或者是以什么为基础，我们常常说这个电影是以一个真实的故事改编，我们就可以说 the movie will be based on a true story。那如果你常常每天做一件事情，每天的我们口语也常说 on a daily basis， 比如说 he exercises on a daily basis。 好，那我们看另外一个例句 The hiking club uses a tent as their base. They rest and sleep there at night. 登山队呢，把这个帐篷当成他们的基地，就直接在那边休息跟过夜。
News of Amundsen's plan soon spread. At the same time, another team from the UK prepared for the race. It was led by Robert Falcon Scott. Scott's team built a base at Cape Evans in Antarctica. Besides the race, they also hoped to bring back fossils for scientific study. In 1911, both teams started their long hikes and moved toward the South Pole.
All right, right, so a team of Norwegians led by Roald Amundsen planning to go to the South Pole back in 1910. And of course, this was very exciting. So news of Amundsen's plan soon spread. Everyone was talking about it and going, ooh, that's exciting. You know, it's a place no one's ever been. What an adventure. And at the same time, it says another team from the UK prepared for the race. Now, this wasn't really a race. It wasn't like the Olympics or a marathon or anything. It's just two groups from two different countries were planning to try to do something at the same time. So, of course, this is also the early days of newspapers and not radio, but communication around the world. So lots of people were very, very interested and excited about this kind of adventure that also had a little bit of a competition to it.
OK， 所以阿门森的计划很快就传开了，而且在这个同时啊，另外一支来自英国的队伍也准备要参加这个比赛。所以大家还记得我们影片一开始提到的问题，同时我们怎么讲？英文就是 at the same time，所以它就是有两个意思啦。我们可以只说两件或多件事情发生在同一个时间。比如说 you can say, oh, she was cooking dinner and listening to music at the same time.
I do that.
这是一个 yeah， 同时的或另一方面，有时候我们在讲话，你要去表达对比或者是附加意义的时候也可以。比如说 the plan is simple but at the same time very effective， 所以这样子的方式也是可以的。反正之后呢，英国人要跟着参加了。Okay, the UK team.
The UK team, the British team, as we'll call them, it was led by Robert Falcon Scott. I think he was a captain or something from the Army, the Navy, or whatever. Scott's team built a base at Camp Evans in Antarctica. So they were trying to get to the South Pole from different places on the continent of Antarctica.
所以呢，这个领队叫做 Robert Scott。那 Robert Falcon Scott 是史考特的团队，他在这个什么南极洲的埃文斯角，他建立了基地。Okay, so would you rather live by the ocean, in the mountain, or in the snow?
Definitely not in the snow.
I know everyone hates the snow
it's
there.
Cold.
Where are you from?
Yeah, it's a little cold. Probably by the ocean. I think that would be nice. Water is very calming and relaxing, but mountains are great too.
True.
If I was near the ocean, I would also want to have some trees around. You know, if I just lived on a rocky island, that might be kind of boring.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Probably in the mountains.
In the mountains?
Yeah, but like I'm kind of scared of bugs, so I'm not really sure.
Oh.
Probably in the city or in the suburbs.
Okay.
Where there's not that many trees.
Or you could maybe find a city where you get both mountains and ocean. Wouldn't that be nice? Back to our article, it says, besides the race, they also hope to bring back fossils for scientific study. So it wasn't just an adventure. It wasn't just this competition. They were going there to do research, to map the place, to learn about the geography, the animals, the climate, the weather, all that kind of stuff. And so, yes, they wanted to bring back fossils because I think at that time they weren't really sure if the South Pole had ever been warm, right? So they were going there, and if they could find plants or, dinosaur bones and plant fossils, they would know that millions and millions of years ago, this was actually a warm part of the world. So they could learn a lot about the history of our planet.
所以除了竞赛，他们还希望可以带一些化石回来去研究。这边出现的 fossil， 它就是化石的意思。
All right, so then it took about a year, and then in 1911, both teams started their long hikes and moved toward the South Pole. So, of course, Antarctica is quite big. The South Pole is in the middle, and so they were going to the middle from different places.
OK， 所以1911年两支队伍就同时开始这个漫长的徒步旅程。I would have been so nervous though, because I would have been like, yeah, I want to be the first.
Yeah, it would have been very exciting, but also very scary because I mean, this is before radio, GPS. There's no way you can get help if something goes wrong because you're in the middle of nowhere at the ends of the earth.
Prepare 就是准备的意思。那我们常常说准备早餐、午餐。You can prepare breakfast, lunch, dinner. 比如说 she prepared a delicious meal for her friends. 那当然你要为考试准备，你要读书。英文我们也可以说 you want to prepare for an exam. 或者是为什么做好准备 Someone is prepared for something. 比如说 you should be prepared for any situation. 那我们再看另外一个句子。Kevin prepares for the trip by packing clothes and some useful items， 就是 Kevin 他打包一些衣服，还有很实用的东西来为他的旅行做准备。那我们刚刚看到另外一个介系词 toward， 这个是朝向的意思。So when you say you walk towards something， 就是你朝什么地方，比如说你朝山走去 ，we can walk toward the mountain， 或者是说，我们走到车站 ，so they walk toward the station together。或者是朝着什么东西努力，不一定是说like走路，也可能是抽象的说你要对什么朝着什么地方做什么事情。比如说 she is working toward her goals step by step， 她是朝着她的目标去努力。好，那我们看另外一个句子，我们刚刚说朝向，所以鸟的飞也可以嘛。So the bird flew toward the tree, its nest。它的这个巢 its nest 没有那撇要小心 its nest was up there 这个鸟往这个树飞过去，因为它的巢就在上面。
Review time.
All right, we have a quick question to discuss before we say goodbye, but don't forget, we're going to be back tomorrow with part 2. But for now, where on earth would you like to go in the future?
So many places.
There are a lot of places.
I would definitely want to go to Africa.
Africa, okay.
Yeah.
Big continent, many countries. Can you narrow it down?
Maybe like where, I don't know which country has all this, but I would like to visit some like tribes full of cute kids.
Tribes full of cute kids.
Which country? Like which country would that be?
Any country in Africa.
No, but like
probably
very
have...
like cute kids that with no food.
What animals do they have around them?
Probably tigers. Do they have
No tigers in Africa. Dang. Lions.
Lions.
Kenya. Go to Kenya.
But I don't want to be eaten.
No, you won't be eaten.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I would get to see like cute kids.
There's actually a tribe in Kenya where to be a man, a boy has to go out with a spear and kill a lion by himself.
Does it still happen?
I don't think so. No, I think that might be illegal and or dangerous.
Okay, that's good. Because I would really want to do, I would like to bring a lot of clothes, a lot of food, and a lot of gifts from Taiwan or whatever.
I think you could kind of do that in a lot of different places because there's always people in need. But what a kind person you are.
I have a thing for African kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Kenya would be good too because many of the tribes, like the Maasai people, they're very, very tall. So I think a picture of you standing next to a really tall African warrior type guy with a bunch of kids, that would be really cute.
Yeah.
That would be really cute.
Tigers though, sorry.
You'd have to exercise your neck though, so you'd be looking up all the time. How about you guys? Where would you like to go in the future? There are so many places. You could pick the South Pole, of course, if you want, but you can also pick anywhere your heart desires. Have a chat about that.
所以今天的节目就讲到这边啦。如果想要观看更多精彩的内容，可以到我们的 YouTube 搜寻 A+ English 空中美语，也不要忘记按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛哦。
Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
掌握最新时事主题，立即下载空中美语 App， 免费收听当期完整杂志。